So we're here outside Birkbeck on the third day of the UCU national strike of academic staff across the UK. What's your name?
My name's Evan. I'm the PGR rep on the UCU branch committee at Birkbeck University.
Brilliant. And why are you here protesting today, particularly at Birkbeck?
So yeah, I'm here picketing, and I have been today, and I have been Thursday and Friday last week. Obviously we've got the national dispute, but we've also got our local dispute here at Birkbeck. Management are trying to axe 140 or potentially more jobs via a massive restructure of the institution, and as I'm sure many of you know, restructure is always a kind of neoliberal code for the gutting of an institution and for putting kind of branding and new university buildings before people's job security and staff well-being. So management is giving us the narrative that the student intake is down, that they need to make 12 million savings for the college to be financially viable, and obviously the first thing on the chopping block is our jobs. And as UCU and Unison branches at this university, we've got a very high density, high levels of members in this university. We're saying no to that. We're pushing back, drawing a line in the sand and fighting in the same way that lots of other institutions have fought these restructures and this putting brand and making money ahead of staff, at Roehampton, at Goldsmiths, at Liverpool, and we're going into dispute, and we're going to fight it every single step of the way, and we're not going to let a single job be lost.
And what would you say to someone from management, for example, or just someone who doesn't know about what's going on, in answer to the idea that there really is a funding crisis at some universities like Birkbeck, and what do we do about that? What would you say to that?
Well, I think that's the situation with which we're presented is very much the sort of Britain. We have the most neoliberalised universities in all of Europe, perhaps the world. Certainly the most expensive public universities going. And there's a situation that is being created which has completely skewed the market since the lifting of the cap on student numbers in 2016 in the Higher Education Act, which has meant that the elite universities, who obviously have these sort of incredibly sort of slick brands and big names, are able to take in sort of unlimited numbers of students, which they do with no commitments to any sort of minimum staffing requirements or seminar sizes or things like that, which turns the already kind of completely stratified hierarchy, league table kind of bullshit of the neoliberal university system into an even more stratified one, where institutions like Birkbeck that offers evening education for working class people, begin to lose out because we don't have that same elite brand such as UCL, King's College, or whatever else. And I would say, yes, this sort of particular situation has been created by those reforms in 2016, but every single university that we've seen push back and save staff against the threat of redundancies is always been because there is a strong and a militant union branch or union branches present at the university who are willing to fight it every step of the way. And I think right now we can begin to connect up those local disputes and those strong militant rank and file branches and activism within those single universities with the national campaign as well. Obviously we've just won an aggregated ballot for the first time in UCU, and so we're out en masse across the country. So I think especially we've got the wind in our sails with linking up with other sectoral disputes as well. So I think there's a real chance now. Something we've been talking about a lot here on the pickets and with colleagues is a workers-run university, a university from below. So if I was talking to a member of senior management, I think the simple thing that I would say to them is, we don't need you. You don't create anything and do anything important within our university. We are the workers. We carry out the labour within this university, and we can do it with or without you, and we're willing to do it without you, and we're building and we're thinking towards doing it without you.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.